for the kids to be able to kind of start this young and gain some of these science, technology, engineering skills, I mean, it really puts them a step ahead.
I believe the STEM Center prepares students with concepts that are applicable in the industry today.
This is going to prepare us for the future, for those jobs that don't exist yet.
It's just a lot of fun here.
Good morning. My name is Jim Biggins with 94.5 The Moose and the Alpha Media Broadcast Group of the Great Lakes Bay region. My guest, Don Killingbeck. Don, I got to tell you that video clip at the beginning there, I wasn't sure that if we were in a plant making microprocessors or something. And it turns out, no, the Lockwood STEM Center right there at Hemlock School System. Don is the superintendent of Hemlock Schools. Good morning. Wow, that's quite a facility.
It is very impressive, Jim. You know, it's home to 5 area schools, can use it for robotics. As you can see, as Alex is walking up, there's a patio there that teams can hang out and be outside, or parents that are coming to pick up their kids can be out there at the patio. Inside, this place is filled with state-of-the-art equipment. It has a world-level competition field that can, be used for robotics competitions. We were fortunate enough, we partnered with HSC as well as a number of other organizations and businesses. This is funded through primarily donations. Very excited, but it provides a world-class environment. You can see the rich technology right off the bat with the big projector. We got, I think, 7 monitors there that can broadcast independently or in unison, or in, with a couple of the monitors showing the same thing. Alex is showing off the field. We're super excited. I think out of 6 years of competing, there would be 5 years that we would have been able to go to Worlds with COVID and everything. We've been there 4 times, so 4 out of 5 times all the way to Worlds. And, we've just had a great run, a great team, a lot of great mentors, and a great leader in Tom Lockwood, in Dana Lockwood. They've really stepped up and made things like this happen for kids. And so, as you can see, the field there, workbenches, one of the things we really pride ourselves in, I think, is, getting the kids hands-on, hard work. It just never goes out of style here in Hemlock, and it really doesn't go out of style anywhere in the world.
Don, how new is this facility? That whole 5 years that you moved to competitions, was that all?
None. We didn't. We just opened this. So the grand opening was in June. We were very fortunate with this facility. We started construction during COVID, shut down the first day that contractors were allowed to be in the mode of building and constructing. I think it was in May of 2020 that we started, and we broke ground, and we kept moving forward. And we would have been ready, I think, in the start of school year, but our grand opening was in June 2021. The facility was used over the course of the winter. We had teams from the area come and compete. It does have video equipment. What you're seeing right now too is we have 3D printers. We have a collaboration space up there. This area right here was supposed to be a storage space. This is going to be the closet for the STEM Center. And then when Alex pans around, you'll see the field, and you'll see really why we end up building another storage area somewhere else. It's just because of that view, and for teams to be able to go up there and be able to watch the play on the field and see things happen. First Robotics is all about professional collaboration and working together. And we're very fortunate with strong partnerships with other area schools, and fortunate to host this on our campus.
I have to just a tip of the hat to Alex. Alex Haldeman is your director of Innovation Tech and Media Services. And he's the one who's wandering around with the camera to show us all this. That's a phenomenal facility. I know parents have to make decisions about, where your kid's going to go to school. What is it your kids are interested in? What can school districts offer? And I have never seen anything like this Lockwood facility. This is amazing.
Yeah, and what even makes it kind of nicer is we position this on our campus right next to our wood shop, our welding facility, our auto shop. And in there, we have some state-of-the-art material equipment and be able to, laser cut steel and, water lathes and stuff like that. Just amazing ability to go right next door, 10, 15 feet and have that equipment in addition to what's already there. As you can see to the left, if Alex turns all the way back around, each team has their own locker, and then they also have their own tool caddy. And so, like that one right there, you can see, it's got a tool caddy. It's a locked area for area teams. So whether it be, Merrill, St. Charles, Freeland, they all have Swan Valley. They all have a space that they can store things here, that they can collaborate, a workbench. So we got great things going on at the Lockwood STEM Center. This summer we had camps there, sponsored through the ISD and Prime Manufacturing Association. So super excited to be able to offer this to our students, to our families, and to be able to host this and to be a leader in innovation technology, especially with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
That's the future. And you mentioned not only the STEM, but the other facilities nearby on campus. The connection from classroom to career is all just a few steps apart. And that's a pretty special arrangement a lot of school systems simply can't offer. Yeah, awesome. Wow. Is Alex's arm getting sore yet there? Alex, you doing okay? He's doing okay. All right.
Yeah, he's giving us the yes.
Just one sort of non-academic question. When they have the competitions here, can the public come see those?
I think that that would be the plan. One of the things is that we're not a host site.
Okay.
This facility in a typical year is more for practice. So you would go in and compete, against other teams in the areas preparing for the competition.
Okay.
Typically, the competitions are hosted in high school gymnasiums where there's large audience spaces,
Right.
And there's several teams, 40 teams typically show up. So this space is not designed to host 40 teams and all the members, because each team may have 20 to 40 team members, and so you extrapolate that out, you can get quite a few people in a gym. So this is designed for practice, primarily during the week and stuff. We hosted some teams for competition because this year, Jim, what we did is we videoed the competition, and then we would send that off to be judged and such.
Good. That's great. That's great. Well, I hope some of that ends up on the Hemlock Schools websites too, because not even so much just for the parents' interest, but just so they can show their grade school or middle school students, this is what lies ahead, because you're going to open some eyes and get some kids, appetite whet for getting into some technology that maybe they didn't, think was within their range or their scope before. That's awesome.
Well, what we love is we've had students, Jim, that maybe they're not that most academic child, and they're hands-on, and they get into this program and they find themselves. They really succeed because it's application. And so a kid who may not be great in the classroom, but is also, fairly intelligent, they get into this setting where it's about like actually using the knowledge, and they blossom. They find themselves. We've had kids who you wouldn't necessarily expect join this program and just really succeed, be big contributors, and find a career path for themselves.
I've often thought that, and this is why I've often thought the value of career fairs and things are so important, yet they can't show you enough at a career fair. Kids often know what their parents do for a living and what that entails, but nothing else. They have no idea how broad the spectrum of opportunity really is until they can see it up close. And this is a great way to see some things up close that you just wouldn't in your normal daily life.
Yeah, and what's awesome about this is it is, you talk about careers and where do you go? There's so many aspects to this program. So, for example, my own child was in it, was part of the drive team and then the electrical team. And so learned electrical wiring and how to do that, and then learned how to drive the robot. Other kids that are part of it, you see the promotional material right in front of you. So some kids aren't into the mechanical or into the driving. They're into the promotion side of this team. And they put on presentations for donors, presentations for part of the competition. So they learn that marketing and branding side of the business. And then there's people who are support members that are there, that are working in the shop and actually fabricating the robot. And so Alex showed you some of the robots earlier. Each year we build a new robot. They're not all the same. We're actually fortunate. We have a t-shirt launcher, which is not part of the official program. But very interesting. Also, one of the things that Alex has just showed you accidentally is our grill. One of the things that these are family affairs. I mean, we have a grill. We open that garage door, roll that out. We can have lunch on the patio at a moment's notice. And a very fun event. This is also equipped with state-of-the-art. We were fortunate enough to get a donation through one of our vendors, state-of-the-art audio, video equipment. This place will rock you out, Jim. We could really tune it up, and you could hear it down the street. So very fun place when that garage door's open and the patio's going.
I know we have much more to see, but just out of curiosity, will there be?
There's the t-shirt launcher right there. That thing will launch over a football field.
That's great. Will there be, between now and the start of school, will there be any open houses or opportunities for parents or students to be able to?
Oh, sure. So our admin staff will be back on campus next week, and we'll be nailing down all the dates and stuff. But typically August 17th, 18th is the dates for our open house and pulling things together there. So yeah, we'll be having our facility open. We're going to provide people with lots of opportunities. Probably a little bit different than we did a few years ago. But give people options. Do you want to come on campus? Do you need to be on campus? Are you new to us? Are you new to this building? Or is this old news for you? Like in the past, we'd bring all of our families and students and staff together at one time in one place. I think this next year we're going to provide a cafeteria style open house where people will be able to choose and maybe some more open hours.
Can you convert the t-shirt cannon to a hot dog cannon, maybe just for the day?
We can probably shoot anything out of there. Is that correct, Alex? Yeah, Alex is saying yes.
He's on board, yeah.
Yes.
That just looks like so much fun. If you can have that much fun and learn at the same time, that is so good. That is excellent.
Jim, I always say if I'm not laughing, I'm not learning. And this is a place where you will laugh and have fun and have community all together in doing state-of-the-art stuff. We're teaching kids on drones. We're teaching kids on mini robots. We're teaching them how to build robots, programming, all sorts of great things going on there at the Lockwood STEM Center.
That is so awesome. What an awesome place. What's the next step on our journey here? I know we have a lot to see today.
I thought we were going to show you guys our Red Dry Learning Center, which is home to the Hemlock Virtual. And so we're really excited. We've been looking at how do we offer an alternative program to kids and families for the last few years. And so we've got Morgan over at the our virtual learning place. We put in at the Red Dry Learning Center. It was named this past spring after a longtime teacher and administrator, principal, counselor, coach, and finally ended his career as a superintendent. We named this facility right here, and you're seeing it now after it's called the Red Dry Learning Center. It opens up with this beautiful walkway. It hosts the Hemlock Virtual. You've got an outdoor patio that is inviting and a place for students to come access Wi-Fi, and be outdoors, fresh air. It's also off of our band room as well. We've got a fantastic music program, K-12. But you open up those doors and you see education a little bit differently. So this is a place where students can come in, they can drop in. Hey, I need help. And you can see already it's inviting. It's got high top tables, regular tables, some bright colors, some soft seating. It's more of a lounge. It's a learning center. Students work at their own pace when they're part of Hemlock Virtual. And so they can drop in, hey, teacher, I need some help. How do I do this? And work through the program. They can work at home or wherever they should choose. They do have some regular check-ins with their teachers to make sure they're making progress. And then they can also just come in every day. And so we have kids, our learning center is so inviting, and Hemlock Virtual is so inviting. We have kids that could stay home that choose to come in every day because they want to be part of that. And so it's staffed with 2 veteran educators that help kids succeed. This past year, we've had students that graduated that without this program wouldn't have made it. Their living circumstances or whatever it may be were prohibitive of them making it through. And the Hemlock Virtual program really came through, helped them out. Students graduated, have a better and brighter future because of it. And that's just so exciting to me. It's heartwarming that I know that we're making a difference with this kind of program.
I bet there's parents right now who are shaking their head, yes, 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 because they know even among their own kids learn at different paces. They learn in different ways. And, teachers will be among the first to recognize that, but don't always have the opportunity or the time to be able to adjust to each student as needed. So this kind of fills that need and creates that sort of custom learning experience that's appropriate to however that student learns best.
Yeah, I really like that word custom, because it is customized to that child, their needs, what they need to do to learn and to be able to get that high school diploma. And Jim, we have all sorts of students involved in this program. We have kids that are top performing students, kids with high ACT or SAT scores, solid GPAs. And then we have kids who, are, that round peg fitting into that square hole that just, hey, school doesn't work for them, a traditional setting. And this is their opportunity to get their diploma. This is that, place that every student can learn and fit, and we tailor it to them. If they want to come in every day, we do that. If they want to drop in as needed, we do that. It does require, I want to make sure it's clear that we do have regular check-ins with the teacher once a week. They check in and have a meeting. Typically, we've done that on site. During COVID, we might have done it over the phone from here to there, but it really does. It's a flexible program. It works for kids. It's just super exciting to be able to offer something like this. It's anytime, anywhere, any place learning.
It kind of sounds like sort of what I've seen in colleges and universities, in recent years, having those specific help places, making them more accessible than maybe they would have been in the past, making it not so difficult to get help. And you've taken this and have it at the high school level where, if there's any challenges that might be keeping those kids from whatever education or training or vocation comes next, any of those barriers look like they could be addressed now, and then, nobody gets left behind.
Jim, here at Hemlock Public School District, we measure student success one child at a time, one student at a time. And this program allows for every student to succeed. There's just no excuses.
That's perfect. That's the attitude I think a lot of parents are anxious to hear. Can we tip our hat now to Morgan Jensen? She's our camera person for this segment. She's a marketing and design intern, and she seems very excited to be a part of what's going on at the Hemlock Public Schools right now. So thank you, Morgan. All right. Early Childhood Center, is that our next area?
Yeah. So one of the things, I guess, before we go from there, I just would like to add, we've been utilizing one-to-one technology here at Hemlock before one-to-one technology was used. I mean, we've been at it for a number of years. We dabbled in it even a decade ago, about 10 years ago, but we were full on 7 years ago. We started our process 8 years ago. And, this before the pandemic, we were first through 12th grade, one-to-one devices, teachers supported through technology, state-of-the-art classrooms. That technology allowed us, the governor said, hey, you're going home mid-March. The next Monday, we were ready to learn. And I'm not saying, Jim, it was perfect, but because we were that regional leader in technology, we've been able to stay ahead of the game, provide our kids with the best opportunities through COVID, through the pandemic. We're leading the way even now with technology and innovation. Instead of just hiring a technology director when the opportunity came open, as you mentioned earlier, Alex's title is Director of Innovation. And that's probably more important than anything else of his title. I mean, Director of Innovation, Technology, and Media Services. But we are that leader and the premier provider of technology and education in our area. And so I just think that's really exciting. And as you're leaving that Red Dry Learning Center, leaving that STEM center, we're going to talk about our early childhood center. I think that is it's obviously that other end. It's that whole child experience that we provide here at Hemlock Public School District. I know you guys were going to show a little snippet, a little piece from our early childhood, so you might as well go ahead and start off with that, and we'll talk about it.
Going to school.
Our main goal here is to give them that foundation.
The biggest things that sets this program apart is the staff and how caring the staff is. They're extremely dedicated. You can tell they love their jobs.
We house preschool and childcare so our kids can be with us from birth through school entry, and then once they enter school, they can be part of our Champ Camp program. They could start with us and then continue on with school and then even graduate from Hemlock.
I just love that kid going, I love school, at that age. And so we really, we believe in see a need, fill a need here at Hemlock Public School District. Several years ago, we saw that families needed care for their, toddlers, for their infants. They needed that care even to attend our preschool. And so we launched this in 2014 and just so excited. You obviously saw our directors there, Megan Bedford and Abby King, just tremendous people. We've taken this program from 2014 when we launched, very solid. But the thing I'm so proud of is recently we were top rated by the rating agency for childcare and preschool, 5-star program, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5-star. Both of our directors have master's degrees in education, and we're really meeting the needs of children and families here at the Early Childhood Center.
When you say meeting the needs of families too, that rings so true right now, because we've seen how challenging it is for families when good child care is hard to get or prohibitively expensive. That affects the family in so many ways, their ability to work, their ability to keep the kids in the school they want to keep them in. This is real key, not only for the system but for your whole community.
Right, it is. And we start at infant care. We have a small caseload possibility there, and then we bloom up into infant and toddlers. I think they call them runners. The room they can run at that age, and then we go that collaboration between the child care and the preschool, and we're focused here at our Early Childhood Center on that education. So if kids are here in our care, we're working to educate them and working to grow them at that early age and that early stage. In our program, we've revamped our curriculum this past year. We've continued to make enhancements in our facility. It's just amazing to see what's going on.
being able for the kids too to make some friends early, and then you end up in school with them and you continue in school with them. You've got some lifelong friendships. I imagine it makes it a lot easier for the kids to make those transitions too.
Yeah, absolutely. My youngest child went to the early childhood center here, and there's relationships. He's heading into middle school right now, and there's relationships and children that he'd known since he was 3 years old. And so it's just so exciting to see those kind of things happen and form here.
Excellent. Wow, that's awesome. 5 stars.
Yeah, top rated program. I could keep talking about it. We've got one of the things that I really like is it's engaging. They're active. They're down there doing arts and crafts, and they're doing yoga, and they're doing movement. They're doing all sorts of things at our early childhood center. We do have a playground out there that's age appropriate. We do have a back yard area that is asphalt, and they'll do bicycle safety and different things like that there. Just a great program, great staff. I can't say enough good things about our early childhood program.
I'd love to hear about the variety of things that you described, because, in most circumstances, okay, you kids have your own swing set in the backyard. Okay, that's a little bit, but, what are they going to learn about yoga? What are they going to, not so much learn about it, but at least experience all these different things, so they can learn what they like and don't like, and find new things that they want to pursue and have fun with their friends with. As a parent, and mine are older now, but boy, when they were little, sometimes it comes down to just keeping them busy. So to have this exposure to the arts and crafts, and the yoga, and the other activities,
it's great too, because as an educator, one of the things that we want to do is make sure kids are playing outdoors, make sure they're doing those things. And so it's not all about, reading a book or doing a worksheet. It's about engaging. And so when you walk down in there, sometimes you'll see kids at story time, and the person leading is reading to them. And then other times you walk down, like I said, you'll see them do yoga. And then other times they're in the gym or on the playground. They're very active, very engaged. I'm sure we're sending kids home at the end of the day tired. At least I know I would be tired after the end of the day.
You just won over about 6 parents just with that phrase. Please send them home tired.
Yes.
But one of the common threads that I'm seeing through all this, when you're talking about the Lockwood STEM Center earlier, and how the kids are getting together and they're laughing and they're having fun, and then at the Red Dry Learning Center, they got a patio outside, they can talk and be social and have fun, and that's a big part of school. Social is a huge part of school, and now in the early childhood center, they're getting that same opportunity. This seems like a kind of a built-in part of how the Hemlock Public Schools work.
It is. It's interesting that you say that. This is a personal quote or a personal philosophy of mine. I'm early on ed tech in my career, but when I was going through that program, I said at that time, 20 plus years ago to today, is that the most successful children of today will be those that have the good graces of their grandparents. They'll be able to look people in the eyes, be able to shake hands, be able to communicate, but then they'll also have those world-class technology skills. They'll be able to operate a computer, operate equipment, do all that kind of stuff. In addition to those first skills that you learn in our early childhood center about making connections, about making friends, developing collaborations at that early age. And we carry that all the way through. That's part of our goal, part of our mission and vision here at Hemlock Public School District.
It's a total person thing. It's not master math, master science. No, it's kind of like master life.
Right.
If there was a way to describe that. What about the early middle college?
Yeah, so we go, Jim, you're taking us from the cradle all the way to college. And so, you're just, you're going from one spectrum to the other. And I love that. We have a program here called the Hemlock High School Early Middle College. It allows students to start their junior year. They enroll, obviously, at the end of their sophomore year, register for classes. We have it structured so the minimal level, if a student's part of this, They go their junior year, their senior year, and then we call it a super senior year or fifth year with us. We're partnered with Delta Community College. If they do that, so they would take 6 credits as a junior, 1 course face-to-face, 1 course online. As a senior, they take 2 courses each semester, 1 online, 1 face-to-face. And then as a super senior or a fifth-year senior, they're on Delta's campus, and that may vary whether it be face-to-face or online. At a minimum, kids walk away from this program with 42 credits.
Wow.
So at least their freshman year done.
Yeah.
If students want to be more aggressive, they can get an associate's degree through our early middle college program. But we've structured it where at a minimum they get about a 42 credit jump start. Jim, are you ready to hear this? This is zero cost to the students, to the parents, and it lines up with that transfer agreement. And so students can go through this program, and when they're done, even better yet, Jim, they graduate with us, 42 college credits minimum. They are considered by universities as a freshman. And so they're eligible for all their freshman scholarships and their enrollments at the university level. I'm a walking testimony. I've had 2 kids go through this program. One's doing 3-in-1 with Northwood, and one is doing, Delta to SVSU or from us to SVSU. And they're walking into SVSU with just about 50 college credits. As a freshman at SVSU, they're walking in with that. So they've got a jump start, but they're also eligible for their merit scholarships and all that stuff. And so talk about alleviating some burden for parents, for students, for our kids to have that jump start. That's what we're all about here at Hemlock Public School District, is having our kids get that jump start.
And you focus on the jump start. I know a lot of parents on the other side of that are, let's see, a year's tuition at SVSU. Yeah.
Well, we liken it to a $20,000 instant scholarship.
Yeah.
Really 42 credits is about a third of a bachelor's degree that we are gifting to our students. And so, we're saying they can get up to 60, they could graduate, they could get more. That would be even better yet. They would be half of their college education would be covered. And so just super exciting.
This is the total program, Hemlock Public Schools, like you say, cradle to college, is amazing. It's so well integrated from one end to the other. If parents want to know more, if parents want to know what is required for enrollment, or if they want to meet with a teacher or meet with you or somebody in the school to learn more, what's the next step? What should people be doing?
I think that one of the things we're really big about is community. We love our, for us, this is about, communicating to our community and obviously the greater community. We really encourage people, if they're interested in our school district, to move into the school district, to be residents. But there is the opportunity, through Michigan law to be school of choice. And if people are interested in that, they can call our office. The number is 989-642-5282, and we'll get you started in that process. They could visit our website, which is hemlockps.com. So it's hemlockpublicschool.com. And if they were interested in learning more about enrolling this fall, we do have limited space. There is a lot of demand to be a Husky, and especially in these days. We're, when you're a leader in technology, a leader in innovation, a leader in collaboration, people want to be part of that. And so our housing market out here is really tight. We do sometimes have families that will school of choice in, and then as they're looking for a residency out here.
Excellent. You've really covered quite a bit here, Mr. Hollingbeck, or Killingbeck. You just changed your name. My apologies.
That's okay. I've been called worse. It's fine. Jim, you can see the passion. Obviously, I can talk about what we do out here at Hemlock Public School District.
I think that's one of the most important thing for any parent is how engaged are the people who are going to be working with your kids. You want to make sure they're as excited about your kids as you are. And that's what I see. That's what I see through you. Before we got on for the broadcast. I spoke a little bit with Alex, who was your director of innovation. He's very passionate. Morgan, the intern. I mean, she's just interning, and she's passionate as though this is a permanent position. So apparently, it's kind of contagious.
It is contagious. I think that, Jim, if you had kids right now, you'd be wanting to move to Hemlock.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We kind of joked off the air about the difference between your STEM center, the Lockwood STEM Center, and what passed for, a wood shop when I was in high school, and it was a place where we would go to injure ourselves versus a place now where you can learn incredible things and set yourself on an awesome career path and have a lot of fun in the process. So very awesome. Anything else we didn't cover?
I think we covered it all. I mean, great job, great interview. Thank you so much, Jim.
I appreciate
for
that.
having us on today, and very excited.
Well, thanks again also, Alex Halden, Director of Innovation, who was helping out, Morgan Jensen, the marketing and design intern, and Mr. Killingbeck. Wow, your passion is obvious. So thank you so much for sharing the time with us today.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Hemlock Public Schools.